Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Gonin, a Japanese crime drama thriller from 1995. After the collapse of Japan's economy, a nightclub owner finds himself deep in debt with the local yakuza. With no way of paying his loans, he recruits 4 other down-on-their-luck types to rob the yakuza of 100 million yen. Now, despite their boldness, things do not go according to plan as the gangsters hire a couple of killers to track down these 5 men and their families for some serious payback. Now, the director of this film is a man by the name of Takashi Ishii. I've been following this man's career for years. His most popular works to international audiences are probably Freeze Me, the rape revenge thriller from 2000, and the recent Flower and Snake films from the mid-2000s. Some of his movies could be classified as exploitation films due to their strong sexual content, but he has branched out and done some thrillers and action flicks as well. And for those who are looking to explore this director, Gonin would make a very nice introduction. Now, the first time I saw this movie was back in the mid-2000s, a time when I was unfamiliar with most Japanese actors. I recently purchased this DVD so I could rewatch it in preparation for this review, and I was floored by the all-star cast. This movie's loaded. You have Koichi Sato from Raisin and Infection. He's our lead character, the nightclub owner who kind of orchestrates this robbery. The guy can carry a movie on his own, so he has no problems contributing to this ensemble film. Naoto Takenaka from Swing Girls and Shall We Dance plays a character who lost his job and is trying to pay off his expensive home without telling his family about his unemployment situation. And on the side, he enjoys picking fights with people. Now, most viewers are likely familiar with Takenaka's comedic performances over the years, but he's an entirely different beast in Takashi Ishii films. He's allowed to showcase his versatility as an actor by playing more downbeat roles, and this director has used Takenaka on numerous occasions in his filmography, and for good reason. In Gonin, he's rather creepy and pathetic, if you can imagine that, which will be a surprise to some viewers out there. But he gives a very good performance in this. Then you have Masahiro Motoki from Departures and The Bird People in China. He plays a knife-wielding, emotionally unstable man who wears lipstick and is down on his luck. I love this guy, and it's always a treat to see him here, as usual. Kippei Shina from Shinjuku Triad Society and Reincarnation plays a blonde-haired pimp with a good right hook, whose girlfriend hopes to escape to Thailand. And then we have Beat Takeshi himself as a hitman who shows up during the latter half. He only has a few minutes of screen time, but he makes an impression. So, very solid cast in this. Now, the opening scene of Gonin is a fairly disturbing beatdown in an alleyway. It gives you a good idea of what the film is like. This is a dark yakuza flick that explores the seedy underbelly of urban Japan. The second half, in particular, does get pretty violent and disturbing, so just a fair warning. But it's not just gratuitous bloodletting, because there is some legitimate craftsmanship to enjoy in this. There's an overarching sense of danger and dread that kind of hangs over all the characters throughout much of the second half. And one of my favorite moments is actually a very low-key sequence in a restaurant that was rather creepy. The armed robbery itself is a pretty cool scene to watch because Sato's character does not have a mask on when they perform the robbery. He intentionally tells his accomplices to raid the Yakuza office while he's there on business, kind of in an attempt to avoid suspicion, Because if he's there with the Yakuza while they get hit, nobody's going to suspect this guy of orchestrating the event, right? So that's the game plan. His actions during the robbery are similar to like a mole. He's got to kind of help the robbery succeed while not tipping off the Yakuza that he's behind it. The robbery itself only lasts maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but it's a pretty good scene. I also like the overall style to this film a lot. This director definitely has a nice eye for visuals. Some of the nighttime shots are very nicely lit, and Ishii does a great job of capturing those gritty urban environments. However, there are a few aspects of this film that could be problematic for some viewers. A few of the protagonists are very nutty and mentally unbalanced. Like Takenaka's character is very odd. Motoki's character is very odd. Even Shina's character. The only normal guy in the crew really is Sato's character, to be honest with you. So, that kind of thing could prevent some people from, relating and sympathizing with them. I personally like the odd mix of personalities and find them to be, generally entertaining. And a few of the shootouts involve characters who simply kind of stand in an open area as they just exchange bullets with each other. You know what I mean? Or in some cases, they hesitate, for no apparent reason. So, it's not always the case, but it does happen. It could be distracting for some. But overall, Gonin is a solid flick and is worth watching, checking out for fans of yakuza flicks. It's currently available on Region 1 DVD with English subtitles. That's the US release. It's actually in a 2-pack with its related film Gonin 2, which I hope to review sometime next week. And as always, I will see you next time.